because every word spoken of our lives comes with an instruction. So when God says, I'm going to make you great this year, most at times it comes with an instruction. There is always a command. Books of Proverbs will say, keep my commandment and live. You keep the commandment, you live. Do you understand? So I realized that many of the success I've attained has been a product of the words or the instruction I kept for the words given. And many of the challenges that I experienced, were as a result of the instructions I didn't keep. I choose the path of thinking or behaving like a human. Let me figure out these things myself. Let me try to solve my challenges. Let me take care of the challenges first. And I realized, funny enough, that the more I thought I could handle my challenges myself, the more I thought I could fix my life by myself, the more drowning I entered. The funny thing about, sometimes when we decide to do some of these things is that what makes you think the instruction of God is not where the resources you're looking for to solve the problem is. This was one thing I didn't notice. So I packed all the things that God has told me to do. I bottled it one place, and I told myself, the next couple of months, I'm going to let me survive. God, if you want me to serve you, attend to these things, attend to these challenges, this pressure, these things I'm going through, solve them first. If you're not solving them, let me solve them, then I'll come back. I know I'm called of God, or I know God has a word, or has spoken something over my life, or has given me a plan or a business. But let me attend to this need. There are so many things that surround my life that I need to give attention to. When I solve them, God, trust me, I'm going to come back. But when I journeyed in that path, in that course, to want to solve the problem first before coming back to do what God has done, I realized that the more drowning I became. Because every time I trusted God on the things He has told me to do and I do them, I get results faster. I solve a lot of problems faster. Favor comes faster. But whenever I decide to just, fix it, the problem is coming, the things need your immediate answer, and they're telling you answer, and you just decide to, let me just go all out. Let me just try to work extra hard. Let me just try to do more things. The more I do, the more success it can come. And I realized that it has not worked. So this year, I want to give attention to something I think I've not been serious with. Because if God has profited my life, or if my life is everything God has planned it to be, that means living life outside God, it's totally a risk, or it's a waste of time. Because give or take, you will still land up the failure if you don't do the things that you're told to do. So being on the safe path is taking the route that you're supposed to take. Do you understand? It's just like somebody saying, I know I'm going to be a medical doctor, but let me first be a musician, or no, let me first be an engineer first. When I'm done being an engineer, because I think being an engineer pays faster. When I'm done, I know somewhere in life, before I die, I will still end up becoming an engineer. It's a gamble. It's a big risk. So this year, I'm taking a decision, or I've taken the decision to believe every word of God. If God says in my instructions is where the blessing is, I want to trust Him completely. I want to trust Him for 2025. I want to believe Him. I want to follow Him through. I want to just do the things that He has asked me to do. Let me see how the days goes. I might not know what will happen subsequently. I might not know what will happen in the next couple of months or weeks. But I want to trust God. There's this thing that is scattered or littered around the scriptures, that trusting God pays. I want to try it for the first time. I want to really, really try it. Those days we say it, but we don't do it. Our mind is still wrapped around maybe job or business, or but we say we trust God, but sincerely we're not totally giving to the things that we say we trust. So this year I want to completely trust God. I want to completely give my heart to it. If God says this is the path, I want to journey in it. Because the question is, what have I got to lose?